Hello, welcome to this playthrough of Elden Ring, where I will be in the co-pilot seat and Branwell will be driving. This is a lore playthrough, and in every video there will be spoilers, because this is intended as a vehicle for Branwyn to explain her theories on the lore of the setting. So if you'd rather develop your own theories without being influenced by other people's, or don't want to be surprised on some of the deep lore of the game, this is not a straight playthrough of just playing gameplay focused. This is a lore focused playthrough. So you might want to give this a pass if you want to avoid big spoilers. With that said, I hope you enjoy the video. And we're back.
Welcome back, everyone, to Elden Ring with Branwen, and I am here with Thrith.
Hey, I am still co-pilot. And
Yes,
go on.
you go.
I will continue to bring up Neo 2 things because it is the Souls-like I am familiar with. And while there are indeed a lot of mechanics and I'm not good at it, it is the one I have finished.
Understood.
Yeah.
So this, in particular, this is one of the reasons we want fire. Do you see how much damage, like, just hitting these things does?
Yeah.
Compared to burning them?
Yeah. To be fair, in a lot of cases, fire is a pretty good guess for weakness.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so... By the way, traps.
I was wondering, because, like, this is my most hated thing in Neo 2 is stuff falling on my head.
Yeah, it's really bad in this game too. So we're gonna just grab that, pop out here, and then...
I have a whole video that's like 3 or 4 minutes long that's just showcasing different things that can fall on your head.
Also, I love this guy. He's like, please help me, I'm of noble blood. If those hideous mongrels eat me, I'll be forever marred. Anything but that, please. Think of the disgrace. Oh, yeah. The disgrace.
Yeah.
He was totally Ethan.
Yep. Oh, that was not happiness when I saw it spike out like that. That was like, oh no, it's about to do a thing, and then you killed it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm definitely seeing the, oh, I'm not doing too well in sudden explosion.
I hate fighting these guys. So the problem with those guys is those, like, every time they swing, it's like, okay, I'm pulling back. I'm about to swing. I'm gonna swing, guys. 15 years later, the swing actually happens, and you've been dodging the entire time, and when the swing happens, you've run out of stamina, and it hits you.
Got
and
it.
and all your blood goes away. It's... timing your dodges on that is rough. one of the skills with these games is like getting the timing of hits down, reading the when the opponent's moving, watching when their hand is, striking,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. Parries are that way in Neo 2, and that's another thing that sometimes I'm in a situation where I've got the timing just down, and then other times it's like ugh, and it's unfortunate because that is where you what really makes human enemies easy is to be able to parry them.
Yeah, it's kind of the same here, except like uh, parries still aren't, guaranteed against enemies in this.
Hmm.
But it's a good option. So this area is full of rats. You know my feelings on rats.
Yeah, you've
Um,
mentioned about rats being terrible.
I am like I personally think daggers are the best thing to fight them because they tend to stagger pretty easily.
Ah, stun
Um,
block.
yeah, so
Also, I think dagger kind of encourages a hit and run style anyway, so you would be dodging out of the way a lot more.
yeah, unfortunately, this game really encourages hit and run styles with every single weapon.
Oh
Um,
wow, that's got to be brutal with greatsword.
well, the thing with greatsword is what you do there is if you can I even yeah, so if I double hand this greatsword, like
Yeah, that looks familiar.
so what people do is circle circle play footsies jump attack, circle
Uh,
play footsies jump attack.
okay, okay.
Um, that's it is the most common strategy that I've seen, and I find it annoying, but it gets a lot of people through what I'm told is a very difficult series of games.
Hmm.
Uh, I do not find it as difficult as most people, but
Yeah.
let me put it this way: I could have a reasonable conversation about the difficulty of Elden Ring in particular, not necessarily Souls games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Previous lack of jump and stealth and stuff like that made previous Souls games a lot harder, in my opinion. But so this is a lore run, not a mechanics run. So let's talk about some lore.
Okay.
These jellyfish are different.
Yeah. I noticed they're not
Now I
attacking
don't
you.
know they're non-hostile and everything, but like regular jellyfish are spirit jellyfish. This is a spirit jellyfish. It's not real.
Okay, okay, got it.
I can attack it, but I can walk through it. If I attack it, all of these become hostile, and I'd rather not do that.
Okay.
Um, but the regular jellyfish are a lot sharper and less blobby than these,
Uh huh.
and it wasn't until the DLC that we got a clue as to why this might be, and people just don't talk about these things at all.
Hmm.
Um, so in the DLC, we learn about a thing called putrescence, and putrescence looks very much like this. Um,
Putrescence is an entity, not a particular like a process.
it it's a thing. It's like rot and poison or blight. Like how there are poison swamps in the world
Right.
of Elden Ring.
Yeah.
There is a lake of putrescence
Okay.
in the DLC. It doesn't hurt you or anything like that, but it does form like undead creatures and stuff. So things like these jellyfish take on the jellyfish, crabs, a lot of different things take on the what do you call it? The elemental aspects of their environment in these games.
Right, right.
So these have taken on putrescence because there is or was putrescence in this area, and if we look over here through this boss door, the arena's a graveyard.
Ah,
Um, this is the only place you find these particular jellyfish that I'm aware of in the whole game, and I was always like, why are they so different? What is going on? Arg. All right, boss door. I am probably hideously underleveled for this fight, but we've got Reduvia, we've got the we have wolves.
I do love that
Let's
it's the lone wolf. Sorry, the lone wolf ashes, and there's three of them.
yes.
Ooh, there was an explosion.
Bad dodges. That's what I get for bad dodges.
Got him down below half.
Yeah, it did pretty well. I think we'll come back later though.
Do you have any sort of item that would like recall your lost runes?
No. There is a thing called a sacrificial twig that you put in the talisman slot. But we only lost 500. It's not a huge deal, honestly. Yeah, I'm not. Look, worst comes to worst, I go away and I do a bit of grinding before we come back.
Got it, got it.
Yeah. All right. So the thing I kind of have to do is get stuff to upgrade myself with.
Right.
So we're going to run around the. We're going to run around here and grab a couple of things. Yeah, so this area is called the Weeping Peninsula because it rains a lot here. There's a whole bunch of misbegotten here.
Got it.
And two churches that we're going to be checking out because they have tiers that will upgrade my the amount that my flasks heal.
Got it.
Not the number of flasks.
Because that's seeds. Got it.
Yeah. These ruins here, there's a big field boss there that's one of the queens of the misbegotten. She drops a sorcery staff that's pretty good, like the claw seal, but for sorcery it upgrades with strength as well as intelligence, so it's useful. We want that faith knot crystal tier because it will increase the damage that our spells do. when we start doing that more. And this is also the area that we kind of want the fire stuff for.
And if I'm
Can you go?
if I'm on a lore question, the
Yes.
boss we just fought, the sword they were using, is that the sword of Morn that's not supposed to fall into the wrong hands?
No, but they're carrying it. You get it when they drop it, but they're not using it in the
Okay.
fight.
Okay. So Daddy is sitting somewhere instead of going to go get it. And so he can die with his honor, basically, rather than try to even try and recover.
Rather than even try to recover it, yeah. No, he probably doesn't think he's actually tough enough to fight the Leonine Misbegotten, so he's just sort of sitting around and is like, well, I'm gonna go down with my ship. So
Yeah.
we are using Bloodflame Blade for this section.
Got it.
Because these guys are rough. Don't worry, we'll see one of them actually fighting, because 3 come up out of the ground here, and I'm not going to be able to kill them before they stand up.
Oh, joy, spears.
Oh, these are sword spears. It's even worse.
I hate spears in Neo 2. I mean, I like playing them. I don't like fighting them.
No, they really do keep you at range. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so these guys are plant people. Like, you can see they've got the trees growing out of their backs.
Yeah. What's that?
What's what? Sorry?
What is the tree thing? What's the deal with that?
What's the deal with the tree thing? They're tree people, and they're misshapen, and for various reasons, their tree bits are growing out of control, so it's growing out of their backs.
Okay.
They are the guardians of the great trees, alongside the Erd Tree Guardians. Oh, we got their pants. Awesome.
Neat.
This is a stake of Marika.
Okay. Wait, are we in a dungeon now?
No, they're all over the world. But that over there is a field boss.
Ah.
So this is here, so we have a checkpoint, and we don't have to run all the way from the Grace.
That's neat. That's cool.
It's very neat. Yes. Yeah. So before we start this, I'm going to chug one of these. I'm going to re-up that. Chug one of those, and we're going to get into this. Slight mistiming on my dodge.
Yeah, I saw that. But I'm looking at the name. It says Erd Tree Avatar.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the first I've gotten hints that the Erd Tree itself has a will of its own.
Yeah. It's hard to know how much of a will of its own it has.
Also, warrior chunks. Fire works well against trees.
It does, yes. So, you noticed warrior jars, right?
Yep.
Whole bunch of broken warrior jars,
Yep.
which contain the remains of old warriors who have distinguished themselves in battle, and probably have a whole bunch of runes inside them, and they get gathered up into the jars, which are golems that, you know, can walk themselves about. And then we have this massive tree and all of these broken warrior jars around the base.
And some sort of congealed mass on the outside of some of them.
Oh yeah, that's called corpse wax. That's just they they make wax out of the fat of the corpses to seal the jars.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's the thing. They're gathering up distinguished warriors with a whole bunch of runes or their remains. They're putting them in these walking jars that can walk themselves to the base of the trees to feed the trees so that they'll grow.
Right.
Yeah, this is you know,
terrifying.
Yeah, no, it's a whole thing.
Wow, that was almost all his life.
Yeah, fire spells are super effective. I'm going back to Reduvia. Eventually, I'll get a better weapon to use Blood Flame Blade with, and that'll be nicer.
So Reduvia is kind of a head start sort of situation?
Yes, Reduvia is the best initial arcane weapon in the game.
Got it. But not long term.
Oh, it's pretty good up until endgame. But we will be getting other weapons that I like better.
And so that you can use in combination with spells. Got it.
Yes. Yeah, so that netted us 4,000 runes.
Yeah, so I see.
Okay. So we've done that. We've gotten the stuff of wondrous physic. We're going to go back to the church and make sure that our flasks are going fine.
And we're at 23 minutes.
Awesome. Melina can talk to us. So we'll just talk to Melina and then switch videos?
Sure.
Spoken echoes of Queen Marika linger here as well. Shall I share them with you? In Marika's own words, then, after thy death, I will give back what I once claimed, return to the lands between, wage war, and brandish the Elden ring, grow strong in the face of death. Warriors of my lord, Lord Godfrey.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that in the next video.
See you then.